that I've always been, just attracted to gay men. Sometimes you will inherit a gay from your mother. That's very common, where you get a hand-me-down gay. You remember your Uncle Ron? Well, Ron is gonna babysit you from now on because Ron got a DUI. So then you have an old gay man and a little girl, which is the best relationship possible. That is a power couple. He will watch Twilight as many times as you want. He loves Justin Bieber just as much as you do. He has the same strong and confusing feelings about horses. And yes, you are going to the One Direction concert. But it's a good relationship, and then a lot of those guys are gone now. So I'm searching for younger gay men to hang out with. I gotta secure my future. I gotta prepare. I need somebody to push my wheelchair. I'm like trolling for the young gays, hanging outside the movie theater, waiting for Into the Woods to let out. You just gotta troll, look around, looking for the young gay. I have a really young gay friend. He is 20, and he's like so nice, and he got really high. And he texted me, he's like, oh my God, I'm so stoned. I just saw my first fussy. And I think he meant to write but his iPhone auto-corrected it. Either that or that's what he felt when he saw it. Have you ever seen a vagina, sir? What is this? The way it was like. Ooh, I could see the PTSD, the PTSD in your face. You were like, when did you see a vagina? Was it while you were coming out of it? Like, was it? Girl, when did you see a What happened, though? Oh, no! Wait, why? What? Oh, no, wait a second. You ate the and your boyfriend is like, oh, God! Because it's almost like you ate the by proxy. It was like you ate it. It was like, so wait a second, wait, okay. So like, go back to the beginning. What happened? Why was it your friend's mother? That's so Eddie Haskell of you. Oh, so she asked, she was like, okay, no. I mean, I'm sure, it's like, but that was the only time you ever. Yeah. I mean, it's like, you were like. I know. And these queens are freaking out. These queens are just like, don't even know. No, don't. I can't. Please. It was always very hard to get any kind of acceptance within the Korean community for me, and then as I got older too, because I'm very different. I have a lot of tattoos, which is very controversial in Korean culture to have them. I have a lot. And so Koreans are very, they're really against tattoos. It's very taboo for Koreans to have tattoos because during the Korean War, everything was destroyed and then rebuilt by organized crime. And the way that the organized criminals recognized each other was through their tattoos. So it's real controversial. And so I go to the clothing optional Korean spas in Los Angeles, which are not just clothing optional, everybody's just naked. Everybody's naked, and I'm just naked with my tattoos, and walking around, and Korean people are giving me dirty looks. which is hard to tell. It's hard to tell when a Korean is giving you a dirty look. You know. So I felt self-conscious, so I went into like a sauna, you know, by myself, and I'm just sitting there in the sauna, I'm naked, and I'm watching big screen TV, just watching golf. And the manager comes in and she's fully clothed, and she's like, can I talk to you out here? It's really hot. And I was like, okay. And so I was standing outside, and she goes, I hate to tell you this, but you are really upsetting people here with your body. I'm going to have to ask you to put your clothes on. And the thing about me is that I have an enormous bush. I mean, it's not even a 70s bush. It's like an 1870s bush. And it absorbs a lot of water. So that when I stood up, it was like... to say, and then, you know, the lady's looking at me, and then I just said, do you know who I am? And her eyes went from my enormous bush to my face, and she really said, oh my God, you're Margaret Cho. I'm a really big fan. I've been to your shows. I think you're amazing, but you still have to put your clothes on. So I was like, all right, but this is wrong, and you are gonna be sorry. And I just walked away. I really wasn't sure how they were going to be sorry, but I was like determined that they were going to be sorry. And then I went home and I actually wrote about it, and I posted it online, and it just kind of went everywhere. It was on Huffington Post and Jezebel and all these different places. And the Korean spa saw it. They called me. They were so sorry. You could hear the bowing over the phone, like, oh, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. You know, so sorry. And they offered me whatever I wanted for free. I could come back and I could have whatever I wanted, anything I wanted for free. But I didn't want to go because I was very offended. You know, I thought that was really wrong for them to discriminate against me. You know, like, I think it's okay for people to be freaked out by my looks or whatever, but you can't have the management say that you should, you know, put your clothes on. It was wrong. So I was really angry. I didn't want to go. But then I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, but it's free! Elizabeth Taylor was the greatest fag hag who ever lived. And her main gay was Montgomery Clift. And one night they were at a dinner party in the 1950s. They got real drunk. They left separately. And Montgomery Clift got about halfway down the hill. He gets in a terrible car accident. And Elizabeth Taylor heard it with her extra sensitive fag hag hearing. Because you know when your gay is in trouble. You get like a spidey sense, and you can feel when your gay is in trouble. So Elizabeth Taylor hears her gay in trouble. She runs down the hill. She sees Montgomery Clift bleeding in the street. She goes to him. She takes her hand, puts it down his throat, pulls out teeth that had been lodged in his throat, saved his life. That is what a fag hag will do for you. Right? Put her hand down your throat, pull out teeth, save your life. And Montgomery Clift, no gag reflex. Some people are just meant to be friends. Are there fag hags here? Are there fag hags here? Fag hags? Yeah! Yay! It's a good line. I don't like the name. Fruit fly. Fruit fly is better because fruit fly is like, we're all buzzing around the wine, like Queen, you better give me some wine. Fag hag it's a historical term. It comes from the era, from like the era of like Armistead Maupin's books, Tales of the City, which is all about San Francisco in the 70s. And so it's a woman who hangs out with gay men, is a fag hag, and then a man who hangs out with lesbians is a Dutch boy, because he wants to put his finger in the dike. These are like historical terms, but I'm not happy with fag. I don't like to say fag, and I don't like to say hag. I'm not flattering. So fruit fly, queen magnet, another one. Yeah, that's a good one. It's cute. It's cute. I think that we really need to call it what it really is: widow. Because that's what you are. Because you know, like when you go out to the gay bar with your friend and it's so fun, you get all done up before and it's like, it's fierce and they do your brows and it's a whole thing. It's so fun. And then you get to the gay bar and it's great until the hour. There's a time where all gay men remember they're gay. Like, oh, I'm gay. I need some I need to get some oh, I forgot I was gay. And like they remember all at once. It's like a natural phenomenon. It's like all the salmon swimming upstream. You know, it's like everybody at one time, like, oh, I gotta get right now. I gotta go. Where did I get? You know, they start looking for and then if you're a woman in that situation, there's no reason for you to be there. They don't want you. They're like, girl, did you download that Uber app like I told you to? And then you are just a widow in that situation. So I need to create a rideshare app. It's a widow app where it's just my face on your phone, and if you're in that situation, you just press it, and then you know I'll come pick you up and I'll take you to Kathy Griffin's house. Homeless girls and women were asking for tampons, so I was asking for tampons on Twitter. And people are so mean. You know, they're like, oh, tampons are bad for the vagina. Yeah, homelessness is bad for the vagina. But it was a very simple, kind of a charitable thing. It was perfect charity for me because I didn't have to save any receipts or do any accounting because I am the most menopausal stoner. You know, I can't remember shit. I'm like basically a walking Etch-a-Sketch. I don't know anything ever. So this was perfect for me, and it was a good thing. You know, we were able to give people stuff, and money, giving homeless people money was powerful. You will never see a bigger smile than making it rain on a homeless man. But this was very important. I mean, it was important for me to try to do something like active, charitable. I just really was in a lot of pain because Robin, who was my father in comedy, died, and then directly after, my mother in comedy died, Joan Rivers, which I just was very hard to deal with. It was so painful to lose her. Of course, my Korean parents, totally fine. Super healthy, healthier than me. You know, just walking around the golf course. And the only thing that happens with old Korean people is that the visor gets longer. But Joan really was my mother in comedy, and she saw herself in me, so she took care of me for a long time. She was my last resort, and I hope that you have this in your life. If you're lucky, you will have a last resort in life, which is that person that whatever happens to you, you can go to them and they will always make you feel better. And she was mine. That was true, and she was the best. The last time we spoke was in May of last year, and I'd done a benefit for a rape center, and I bombed. And that's really sad to bomb in front of rape victims, because that means you are worse than rape. There's reasons why I bombed. It's because I am also a rape victim. I am a childhood sexual abuse survivor, so I believe I can make jokes about it if I want to, but they did not agree with me.